Again, this is Graham from the UK. This time I'm reporting the third stage of the story of my ablation, catheter ablation for atrial flutter. I thought it was important that now we're 5 months away from the actual ablation that took place last March 2010 to bring an update as to how I feel. It may well be important to anybody about to undergo ablation or who has just had it, to get an idea of the medium to long term effects. So this is why I'm doing part 3 of the series of videos. The first part obviously was before I had the ablation, after cardioversion failed. Then part 2 was the ablation itself. The day after I recorded a video, and here we are, as I say, 5 months after, on the 9th of September 2010. I basically feel so much better, it's unbelievable. I'm doing so much more around the house, so much more outside. The breathlessness that I reported last time is rapidly declining. It hasn't gone totally, but it's rapidly declining. Not everybody is breathless with catheter, atrial flutter, but I certainly was. It's been explained to me that when you have catheter ablation, if it works, which it usually does, then that is a complete fix insofar as getting rid of the offending bits of tissue that form in the heart and interfere with the heart rhythm. And when the heart rhythm is interfered with, your breathing is totally different. The way the heart works is totally different because the pumping is different in itself. So that may be fixed with the ablation, but there is more to come because the heart is used to working in a different way. It struggles, it works harder because of the problems with the rhythm. Now I have LVH, which is left ventricular hypertrophy, and that means that the lower left chamber of the heart, which does all the pumping, left ventricle, is enlarged, but the chamber itself is smaller. In other words, the heart has been, as a muscle, it's been working harder, and it's got thicker on the outside and on the inside. Consequently, the chamber in the inside is smaller, so there is less space for the blood. What I have to do is to regular exercise as regularly as I can. I'm walking the dog more, I'm doing exercises on my bed, and basically it's like getting a footballer back to full fitness after a layoff with an injury. So I've had the injury, which is the problem in the first place. I've had the treatment for the injury, which in this case of course was catheter ablation, and now I'm really working hard to get the heart rate back up and to get the left ventricular working as well as it possibly can, bearing in mind that a lot of people of my age, 67, would get left ventricular hypertrophy anyway. What I'm saying is it's entirely up to me. The main message really is that it really was worth it as far as I'm concerned, and since recording the first video and certainly the second video, I've had so many emails from people. Hopefully I've helped them. I've responded to every one, and it seems that everybody who has been kind enough to contact me and say that the video has helped in one degree or another, you know, a small degree or even a great degree, everybody, but everybody, whether they admit it or not, at some time or another has been frightened. And well, I'm living proof of saying, well look, there is no need to be frightened. I've got a medical background, I work in hospitals, I'm used to operating theatres, I've got drug knowledge, so maybe it's easier for me to understand, better than some at least, what all these terms are and what the implications are. But I was worried and was as concerned as anybody who doesn't quite have that level of medical knowledge. So the purpose of this really, this video number 3, is to say, well, this is what has happened. I'm very pleased I had it done. It was worth going on warfarin to simmer blood before the cardioversion, the electric shock that didn't work, and carrying on with warfarin before the actual catheter ablation, remaining on warfarin for a couple of months, then coming off it. Since then, my heart medication has dropped off considerably. Even the edema, the water retention that I was experiencing has gone down. And I was told officially by a doctor that I saw today. I've lost about 9 kilos, which I think is about 19–20 pounds in weight, which is a little bit less than a pound per week since the 31st of March. So there has to be work involved in getting to this stage, but I'm really pleased that I've done what I've done. I'm able socially to do more. This weekend I'm going to a school reunion of my class from 1959. That involves going from here, which is in the middle of Cambridgeshire, down to London, and meeting up with people for the first time in 51 years. Last year, in the 50th year, I didn't go because I was worried about making a fool of myself in front of colleagues by sitting there being breathless every time I got up and walked across to get a drink from the bar or something like that. So it gives you a lot more confidence, and all I can say to anybody who's wondering even now about to have ablation, what it's like, you can by all means look at part 2. But in terms of the medium to long term, here I am. If there were any shortcomings, I would say so, because I'm not here to lie. I'm trying to give people confidence if I can. So please, if you wish, if you have any questions that I can maybe help you with, maybe you haven't, but if you do have any queries, please email me, and that is ghj@talktalk.net, and I'll be happy to respond to you. So finally, if you're having ablation or considering it, do go for it, because it does work, and it needs a bit of hard work afterwards, but it's worth it. So good luck. Bye.